Hello everyone, it's Jamal Thomas. Welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. I hope this video doesn't get me shut down. But fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway. This is satire, by the way. I want to make that very clear before we start. I want to delineate that in the video title. I want to delineate that even in the description box. This is satire. Be very clear that this is satire. I'm not being serious about this. I'm not advocating the attack of anybody. This is satirical. I shouldn't have to do that. But there are some people who don't necessarily know how to take satire. Let me check my sound. So while I check my sound, guys, if you enjoy the content that I'm putting out, if you like the video, please hit the like button. If you are new to my channel and haven't necessarily subscribed, but you're enjoying it and you find yourself coming back over and over again, please subscribe. I do content all the time. I pop in and out all throughout the course of the day and night. You will see me at 3 in the morning, and sometimes you will see me at 1 in the morning. You will see me at 4 in the morning, or throughout the course of the day. So I try to give my subscribers, I try to give my patrons a lot of content. I don't expect you to like everything. I expect people to just kind of pick and choose what they like. So I also like to engage with my audience. So that's another aspect. So if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, please come to the Soapbox family. And also, if you want to support the content, Patreon, PayPal, etc., etc., etc. So recently, the world, and by the world, I mean the 7% of the world, France, the United Kingdom, and America, made the decision to strike Syria. Now, I was against this decision, but I thought about it, and I said to myself, maybe I'm wrong. Our leaders, Theresa May, Donald Trump, and Macron, their integrity is so far beyond reproach. Maybe their morality is something that transcends laws, transcends right and wrong, transcends evidence, transcends investigations. Their morality. They see something that took place and their morality kicked in, and they say, God damn it. I understand that there are these fucking laws that are stopping us, at the very least complicating matters when we want to go and attack another country. Our morality is more. Our understanding and our need to preserve human life matters more. So we, the world, us, the 3 countries, must make the decision that the rest of the world can't make. And we unilaterally must make this choice to go and bash and punch Bashar al-Assad in the nose. We're going to do this, killing Syrians, maybe even at this point killing Russians, but we're going to do it anyway because our humanity, our moral code, our moral standings matters more than these pesky laws. And that's what they did. They struck Syria. They said Bashar al-Assad had chemical weapons. The terrorists told them that Bashar al-Assad had chemical weapons, and they saw it on Facebook and Twitter, and that was enough for them to do it. Read the French report. It's ridiculous. But their humanity and morality mattered more. Like I said, I was against this. Maybe I was wrong. Here's the thing, though. Under this guise of American exceptionalism, and if I give you the benefit of the doubt and said, maybe you're right, maybe your humanity, maybe your morality, maybe your integrity, maybe those things transcended the laws themselves from each of these individual countries and you guys had to act. Fair enough. All I ask is that if I grant you that your humanity, your integrity mattered that much more and can transcend its laws, it needs to transcend them again. Look, I'm going to give you guys the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say that you guys are honest actors and that you really do care about the Syrians, that you really do care, that you want to get Bashar al-Assad out that seat because you care about life and limb so much that you want to put Muslim extremists in those countries to install Sharia law. That's how much you care about life and limb. And you want to protect the Syrians. You care about life. You care, God, fucking, we need to protect life. That's what you said when you went and struck them. Fair enough. Hey, there's one more place you need to bomb. You need to bomb Jerusalem. You need to bomb Israel. They are killing Gazans. There is a fucking massacre. They are committing war crimes. You need to get back on your horses. You need to get your military jets out there, and you need to go and protect life and limb. They have an open air ghetto. Not just an open air ghetto. Look at what's taking place over there. Take a look at this. Where is it? 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 Come on, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I opened it. I had it waiting. Right here. This is what's taking place over there. They don't like to show footage of people getting shot in the head. But inevitably, Israeli forces caught in a video shooting Palestinian man, then whooping. They've massacred 30 Palestinians at the border. Massacred 30 Palestinians. Many of those people that were shot were press. They were murdering the press. They didn't want those people to get that news out. Press, clear, delineated on their chests, shot, killed Israeli snipers. And this is not Israelis coming out with a barrage of guns. This is snipers, meaning they zero in on who they want to hit. They know exactly where they're hitting. Heads, knees, groins. Some people they want to murder. The other people don't want to cripple. All of them, they want to remember what took place. This is what's taking place right now. If we care about life so much, we must immediately bomb Israel. We must protect the lives of those Palestinians in the same way that you're protecting the lives of those Syrians by bombing Syrians. Do we have bombs to spare for this? They have open air ghetto. That's bad enough. They're murdering Palestinians. That's bad enough. There are snipers shooting these people. That's bad enough. The International Criminal Court is there looking at this. That's how bad it is. And to add one more point to it, the Israeli government has admitted to shooting and murdering these people, knowing that they were shooting and murdering innocent civilians. Yesterday, we saw 30,000 people. We arrived prepared and with precision reinforcements. Nothing was carried out uncontrolled. Everything was accurate and measured, and we know every bullet landed. They shot into a crowd of thousands. By their own admission, we knew we were there, we were prepared, and we shot into that crowd of thousands. They injured 773 Palestinian, unarmed Palestinians with live ammunition shot into a crowd of unarmed Palestinians. Shot 733, murdered 30, many of that which were press agents. The international community, in the same way their morality and humanity transcended laws when they went after Palestinians, when they went after the Syrians. In the same way their humanity transcended evidence. I would make the case, same thing here. We don't need to wait for the International Criminal Court to make their rulings. Fuck rulings. Fuck investigation. Fuck laws. In the same way that those things were transcended when you made the decision to attack Syria, those things need to be transcended now, and you need to attack Jerusalem in order to maintain a certain level of moral integrity and consistency. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. We need to protect these Palestinians. You need to start bombing, sir. Donald Trump, Ben Cardin, those Democrats that were perfectly on board for this, Claire McCaskill, John McCain, Lindsey Graham. Where are you, sir? Where are you? That silence is deafening. Jeremy Corbyn comes out with a statement that's damning. Just to show the statement. Jeremy Corbyn has condemned Israel's killing of at least 27 Palestinians on the Gaza border as an outrage and attacked the Western silence about the deaths. Outrage is not strong enough. We need to start bombing. We need to start bombing. We need to start blowing shit up. So, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. If we're being consistent, that's where I'm at. Again, I make the point that this is satire. I make the point that this is satire. I know Jamal is being sarcastic, but let's not give the Warhawks any ideas. No, let's give the Warhawks ideas on this. Let's give them ideas. We spend billions of dollars. We can save the billions of dollars that we spend on Israel and use that for college and education here at home. Bomb the shit out of them. Blow them back to the Stone Age. We need to protect those Palestinians. That's where I'm at. Syrian air to missile defenses are more effective than the Iron Dome. Alright, so it shouldn't be a difficult thing to do then. We should be able to pull it off pretty easily. What? George Bush said Iraq was going to cost $60 billion? Alright, fair enough. We probably can do it for $60 billion. No worries, Jamal. Iran wants to do just that for you. No. I don't want Iran to do it. I want us to do it. Our bombs are better than Iran's bombs. Our bombs have sprinkles with them when they hit. Some of them are even Nerf bombs, I've been told. I want us to do it. Every bomb that we drop from America is a worker that has a job. Think about that. Every bomb that blows up, every bomb that's used, every bullet that's used is a worker in America that gets a paycheck. I don't want it to be Iran. I want it to be us. We need to be consistent around the globe when we're dropping bombs and murdering people in pursuit of freedom. Well, there's a lot of people out there who are living in an open-air ghetto that can use some of their freedom right now. And seeing that Israel is breaking international law and is committing war crimes, I think it boils down to us to maintain a supremacy of morality and go bombing the shit out of Israel. It's moral, it's right, it's just, according to what the premise that we've used for Syria. How am I wrong? How am I wrong? What am I missing? That's what we did for Syria. How am I wrong on this? What am I missing? What am I missing? Is justice is blind or is it not? Is it peeking under that thing or not? Our bombs are Israel's bombs. The truth be known, we're probably buying bombs made in Israel. There's no such thing as international law. Nicholas Locke. No, there's not. There's not. Don't look. I know people like to bring up international law, but when people bring up international law, they're only doing that to hit other people over the head with. They don't use that shit in real life. For all intents and purposes, strong countries blow past international law because there's no consequence for the strong countries blowing past international law. International law is only for weaker countries. But that being true, that's everywhere. The laws that you deal with are really only for people who can't afford or at a certain socioeconomic status. Laws are for us. Laws are not for others. So for people like Hillary Clinton, who's dead to rights, should be convicted. She walks. If I get caught with a bag of pot, I'm going to jail. Do you know how sick that shit is? To know that that's part of your society? But that's the world also. That's the world. So the United States do whatever the hell it wants. France, the UK, for all intents and purposes, are lapdogs of the United States. They work in coordination. They do what they want. If the Philippines does something, whoa, what are you doing over there? You're breaking international law, buddy. We're going to drag you before the Hague. Now, they're saying this as if they have some level of legitimacy when the United States has just murdered 1 million people in Iraq. I mean, come on. Where is your moral integrity on this? I guess I'm making this point to say the International Criminal Court is a joke. You're jokes. Head of the CIA, Nina Haspel. Fucking torturer. She's going to be head of the CIA. If that woman sets foot in another country, she will be prosecuted. I'm asking, where is your legitimacy when Tony Blair and George Bush are still walking free? George Bush owned up to the fact that he was torturing human beings. Where's your legitimacy? That's what I'm asking. Where's your legitimacy? All of these world powers, all of these powers that makes the decision that they, the tiny 5 or 6 or 7% of the entire fucking globe, that they are the world order. Where is your legitimacy? You're bombing other countries. You didn't even wait for evidence. You didn't care about the evidence. You're trying to topple those governments. Let's be honest about what's taking place. If you cared, you would be bombing the shit out of Saudi Arabia right now. You'd be bombing the shit out of Israel. You're not doing either. In fact, you'd be bombing the shit out of yourself if you cared. It's bogus. People are fucking jokes. These people are all fucking jokes. Guys, you can call in. I'll allow calling on this one. The number's at the bottom. I did this video because some of the conversations that they've been having in the media have been absurd. They've been utterly absurd. They're making this argument for why they needed to bomb Syria because their weapons, they're gassed. Didn't wait for evidence. Didn't wait for any information to come in to make sure to back their case up. France produced an entire report that is, we believe this, we believe that. Social media said this, and so fuck it, we're going to bomb. That's essentially what the report boiled down to. These people are hacks. They wanted to get rid of Assad, so that's what they're doing to try to get rid of Assad. Anything else that comes up, they just use it. They don't give a shit about the evidence. And in fact, the evidence is problematic. The only reason, understand what I'm saying, the only reason that your governments would bomb something when they were just about to give evidence is if they were trying to conceal or hide or prevent the acquisition of evidence. Which makes it more likely that the UK and America was actually involved in it. Whether it was staged or whether it took place is kind of besides the point. They did something to get across something to the world that was a lie. That's most likely to be true. There is no other reason that a country would bomb an institution when they were trying to get evidence. Or area when they were trying to get evidence. When an independent body was trying to get evidence. It's curious, as Cenk Uygur say. It sounded like they were trying to hide evidence. These people are fucking hacks. People are absolute hacks. Using social media as evidence. Oh yeah, it's stupid. Sometimes you talk to people and you tell them this stuff and they disbelieve you because they think, no, they can't be that bad. Yes, they're that bad. Yes, they're that bad. And part of the thing that allows them to prosper in being that bad is because people believe that they can't be that bad. They are. They absolutely are. I have to drop by my mom's house a couple of times a week, and she used to be a hippie in the 60s, but now she wants to remove Assad because Rachel Maddow told her what she wants. Skip Rock, yes! This is what I mean! Can you imagine that shit? Rachel Maddow, supposedly the voice of the left. The voice of the left. That's insane. But these guys are now warhawks. Do you remember? Take a look back at the old footage of Keith Olbermann. My point about these people is that they have no political ideology from the standpoint of values. They're just Democrats. So they would go whichever the way the wind blows. If that's a Hillary Clinton getting in office and Hillary Clinton into the business of regime change, then Rachel Maddow is going to be in the business of regime change. They are devoid of a soul. You can pay $30,000 and sleep on a bed of money. Your integrity, integrity is expensive. I bet it is when you're getting paid $30,000. It's like my integrity is integrity is too expensive to have, man. Can't afford that shit. I need to get paid. Jamal, do you have a WhatsApp? Do I have a WhatsApp? I don't know what a WhatsApp is. Is that the phone call app? Nicholas Locke. They're just performers. They're worse than performers because they get people, they sheepdog people into the Democratic Party. That's fundamentally what they do. So you may have some people who are further to the left. They're watching Rachel Maddow. These guys. I have a friend of mine, best friend, and he's talking about Trump and Russia. And I'm like, but why do you believe this? And it all boils down to Rachel Maddow told me this. I read this on this. I saw this on this. And it's like, but did you actually look into it? Like, what are you using for this? You hate Trump. I know you dislike Trump. I get that. But what's real? And what are they giving you as actual evidence? Not necessarily what they're asserting and everything else. Actual evidence. And they always come up short. I mean, Rachel Maddow is fucking insane at this point. Rachel Maddow is intelligent and used to tell the truth, so people begin to trust her and then foolishly believe she still can. Amy Mittura, yeah, she's not stupid. That's the sad part. Rachel Maddow is not stupid. If she's doing this, it's like, are you incompetent or are you bought? She's not stupid. She's not stupid at all. The claims of a chemical attack were made by Al-Nusra Front, Al-Qaeda fighters from 9/11 to arming and supporting those fucks. George Pagog. Think about that shit. The United States takes the word of the terrorists. They take the word of the terrorists. But understand why. Because we are working in coordination with the terrorists to take the side out that seat. That's the sad truth that people have a hard time swallowing. But it's absolutely true. They're not even hiding it anymore. Not even hiding it. Rachel Maddow is a $33,000 a day truth teller. She would never lie. Zonk Salbucks. They only looked on one side of the truth because they've been brainwashed to thinking that any other source is a conspiracy theory or fake news. Yes, right there. They lost the capacity to look at information and say, this guy's lying about this, but this guy's telling the truth about this. That stuff is relative. There are times where Republicans will be telling the truth about Democrats because it is favorable to tell the truth about Democrats in those situations. They may actually have the evidence on their side. There will be times where Democrats are telling the truth about Republicans because it will be favorable for them to tell the truth about Republicans. It is on you as the onlooker to make the determination of what's true and what's not. And to be stuck on one wavelength means that at some point you're going to be swallowing something that's not true. You must be above it all. You must be above it all. So, hypocrisy galore. The Sarifi, yes. Yes. I haven't seen a video of any marches, no live streams either. Propaganda. What do you mean, marches for Israel? Nobody was blaming Israel for that stuff. They gave them a complete pass on that. They gave them a complete pass. They were out there murdering people left and right, and it was only one or two people who said something about it. The rest of Western media, shut up about it. Chris Hayes apparently said something about it. I saw Jimmy Dore talk about Chris Hayes' thing. But beyond that, everybody shut up. China will step into the arm game soon, methinks Alex Colty. China has already stepped into the arming thing. They've already done it. They've already done it. China is what, number 2 in regards to the military? Like the amount of money that's spent on the military. Mind you, they're nowhere near the United States. I think they're like 100 billion or 200 billion. The United States spends like nearly $1 trillion if you talk about black budget projects and whatnot. Russia spends, I think, like 80 billion. Like, think about how ridiculous these numbers are. Yeah. Pat Hacker. If you want the truth, watch the YouTube channel Syriana Analysis. I will check that out. Thank you, Pat. Information, education, empowerment, protests are a waste of time, and the mainstream media can spend your efforts, cover agitators, and agent provocateurs. Harlan St. Clair. China sells weapons right now in the Middle East. Fair enough. George Pagog. CIA payments to NYT, Washington Post, CNN manipulates the news, yet RT is made out to be disinformation. You know what's wild about that? The disinformation thing. That's always weird to me, right? Those guys are stenographers. When you read it, it's, these guys say this. That's great that you're telling me exactly what they're saying. But what's true? What's true? What's more likely than not true? Oftentimes they're just stenographers. RT at the very least tells me Russian television or Russian Today. It tells me that this is coming from Russia. This is Russian perspective. It lets me know that, yes, we're going to be biased in a way that we're going to give that news. But are we right? Are we right? There's been some stuff that from RT that was laughably biased, where you're like, ha ha ha, good one, buddy. But there are times where, again, just like you're watching MSNBC talking about Republicans, where this one is true, this other one is not. You're watching another one, Republicans are saying something, but Democrats, this sounds more likely to be true as opposed to not. Where something from RT is going to put out that is true because they're afforded the truth. I can give this information as true because it is advantageous for me to give this information out. That's true. You are the viewer. Have to make that choice. I'm sorry. It's not necessarily the easiest thing in the world. these people are all liars and hacks. It is on you to make the determination of what's true. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying it's necessary. What's more likely to be true? You're forced to think. They can't think for you. Think. Russia tells the truth about everyone but Russia and Russia associates. Right. Right. I like that. It's like, look, if you're asking me about me, I'm going to lie to you. But if you ask me about any other of these stumbling bitches, yes, I have all the files. I give you. What do you want to know? Yeah. These guys did this. This guy did that. This guy did that. Oh, no, we were blameless. We were fucking blameless. Yeah, that's hilarious. That's pretty much true. I agree with you on that. Russia tells the truth about everybody but Russia. Yes. Yes, that's fucking hilarious. But that's how you look at it. I mean, you kind of have to look at it that way. Right? I mean, you're stuck in that situation of, yes, I have to look at it this way because this is the world that we have. This is the world that we have. All right, guys, this one has gone on for too long. I consider this one to be a joke, and I consider this one to be somewhat of a dangerous joke because I feel like they may shut my channel down for it. So I may unlist this video. I'm being a punk on this. The worst part is being thought of as a loon every time you give a different perspective. Take that shit as a badge of honor. Fuck them. I don't accept that shit. Whether they think of you as a loon versus whether you accept them thinking of you as a loon is two very different things. I don't accept anything from them. They have a perspective of the world that's for the most part monetized or motivated by the political parties, which means they're bought. The media apparatus in this situation is bought. Do you honestly think the media is going to present anything that's going to adversely affect any of the companies that are owned by those media conglomerates? That answer is no. That answer is no. Do you honestly believe that the Democratic Party is really going to... let me say it this way. The media at this point has become stenographers. They show their asses for access. That means that your media apparatus, your political apparatus, is going to have somewhat of a canned perspective in the way they give or relay information to the world. Do I really want a perspective that's essentially jaded by cash to influence me? Like, I look at their perspective as being the one that's biased. I look at their perspective as being the one that's this kind of canned perspective that's either going to be a Republican or Democrat and not necessarily need to attune itself to what's actually true. Fuck them. Fuck their perspective. If they want to consider me a loon for calling them out on that shit, fine. They can come on the show and they can have their conversation. They will fucking lose. They will lose. Fact is, they don't ask real questions. I mean, even in the spy stuff, even in the launching of missiles, nobody. I even read the New York Times and the Guardian's article, and not once did they bring up the term legality. Is that not an operative question? Is this shit legal? Beyond anything else, is it legal? The president did this. Is this legal? Is the president a king, or is the president held to laws and regulations just like everybody else in the government or apparatus held to laws and regulations? Never comes up. They're stenographers. At the very least, RT tells me that it's coming from Russia. These other guys pretend like they're objective and whatnot. It's like, yeah, we can say whatever we want. Yeah, but you only say really the same thing. You're canned. In the same way that if I was hiring somebody to work with me on the show and I said, look, I need to find a videographer to help with the video stuff because I hate doing that stuff. I'm bad at doing that stuff and I just like to do my shows, so I'm willing to pay money for it. Do you think I'm going to hire somebody who's like Rush Limbaugh, or do you think I'm going to hire somebody that's more like me? The person who gets this job would say, I'm a thinking human being. I make my own choices. I make my own decisions. But what are the decisions that you're making? I hired you specifically because you were similar to me in your tenor and the things that you were thinking about. Media personalities are the same. It's no different. Any company that you work for, they're having an interview with you. They're hiring you based on what they think you are. Why is media any different? It's not. Those corporations, those multinational corporations that have all of these other interests and all of these other businesses, sometimes even war profiteering, they're hiring somebody. And I guarantee you the person that they're going to hire is going to be a known quantity. We're going to put this guy out there. He's going to be Mr. Oblivious. He's going to toe our line. We're going to give him a lot of money to toe that line and to shut the fuck up about things that run contrary to our interests. They don't have free will. Or at the very least, they have free will, but their free will is constrained. And before they were even hired, they were hired knowing that they were going to be a certain thing. Meaning none of those people are ever going to be a challenge to power. I don't make a huge amount. The donations and whatever I get, the contributions and everything else are absolutely appreciated. But to some degree, I tell you the truth as I see it. If I'm wrong at some point, I tell you I'm wrong. When the Turkey thing came up, and Seymour Hersh said the thing about Turkey, I was like, shit, I'm wrong on that. I thought Turkey was actually a part of it. I was wrong. They don't do that on mainstream media. They don't do it on mainstream media. They've lied magnificently on this stuff. If you want the job, Jamal can be persuaded if you show up for your interview wearing Spock ears. Yeah, Bob, on that point, I'll be partial to that. If you're wearing kicks, if you're wearing Chuck Taylors and Spock ears, you're probably going to get the job. Probably going to be more favorable, if I'm being honest. Props to Tucker Carlson and Tommy Lauren, who normally are idiots about everything else, for covering the absurdity of the Syrian conflict. I know, right? It's like you feel weird kind of saying, holy shit, Tucker Carlson is covering this. But at the same token, you feel like, well, I kind of want to give him props for covering this. It's like if you never give the people props, they never lean you away. Terry Hall, they never retract on mainstream media. No, they never do. They've been screaming about Trump and Russia for 2 years. They found squat, and it doesn't stop them from screaming about Trump and Russia. Agreed. All right, guys, it's been 30 minutes. I'm going to end this. I don't know if I'm going to do too many more shows today. I'm tired. My wife and I think are going to hang out. So I'm going to leave this here. If I come back later. Oh, by the way, somebody said that Dore gave me a shout out on the show. Was anybody there for that? I am curious about what he said. I am a Dore fan, so, I'm tickled to bits that he might have given a shout out. Nobody should be worried. Trump said, mission accomplished. No one on the left has balls to share an anti-war Fox video. Propaganda. I shared an anti-war Fox video. I shared like 2 or 3 Tucker Carlson videos. I have no issue with it. It was on the live stream. Yeah, what did he say? And that's what I'm saying. What did he say? That's what I'm saying. What did he say? I don't know what he said. Chat was shouting you out, and Ron co-signed saying you're awesome. Good looking out, Ron. Ron was on the show, by the way. Ron was awesome, man. He has his own show. I think it's called, it's with Ron. He reads media news during the course of the day with his audience. It's fucking awesome concept. People have been asking Galloway to have you on. I would love to have Galloway on the show. I love that guy. I love Galloway. Galloway has this way with words that is, and he has the accent. Like he has this heavy, I think a Scottish accent, or I don't know which one. But George Galloway is awesome. I'm not even going to try the accent. I'm trying to think of one of his videos where he's going after somebody and he eviscerates him. He went after the mayor of London, and he went so far as to say, as incompetent as Boris Johnson is, that Boris Johnson made a better mayor than the Labour one that's there. Khan, saying that the guy got there only because he was a Muslim, only because of his race and his religion. He eviscerated the guy. He says no one would ever judge me of being racist or sexist or anti, Islamophobic. So when I say that this guy got the job because of his race and his religion, he brutalized him. He brutalized the guy. Galloway is awesome, man. Galloway is awesome. Galloway was a supporter of hold your nose and vote for Hillary. No, Grant was. Grant. I thought you said Galloway. I was like, no, Galloway was. Love Galloway. He stopped the last push to the war with Syria. Yeah, Galloway was awesome. He is awesome. I've been binging on his content recently because he has this radio show. And he's been engaging with the audience members. And sometimes he would get audience members that are libs pushing for war. And there was one guy, he said, he was arguing with the guy. He says, look, sir, 2 things. 1, you're an idiot. And the guy says, sir, I never call you an idiot. Well, I'm calling you an idiot. It's my prerogative to call you an idiot. And two, and he just lays his, man, Gallo is hilarious. He is just fucking hilarious. He's awesome. He is so awesome. So if Trump is such a turd, I guess we'll fall in line again in 2020. We have nowhere else to go. Bob Ramirez. Bob, you and I may disagree on the Trump thing, but you and I agree that nowhere else to go is bullshit, and that you should not fall in line for that. Whether it's 2020, whether it's 2022, 2024, you should never fall in line with that. That allows what we have to prosper. To some degree, man, we have to acknowledge that our politics is our fault. We've allowed these guys to prosper based on fear. Fuck that. I'm beyond that. I'm beyond that. I'm done. I'm done. They need to fail. They need to burn. They need to be obliterated. We cannot allow the party to prosper in the way that the party is prosper. We need to change. We need a fundamental change in our politics. And doing what we've always done is not the way to get that change. That is insanity. So, all right, guys, I'm going to end this. Thank you guys for showing up Sunday. So, I don't expect a huge number of people to be here. And I am going to take the day. Well, it's not really taking the day off, seeing as I've done multiple videos already. But I think I'm going to take the rest of the day. So, providing nothing takes place, providing there are no repercussions from Russia or Iran or something like that, providing nothing pops off, providing it's not a hug your wife and kids moment, kiss your ass goodbye moment, I will probably see you guys on Monday. You guys have an awesome Sunday. Thanks, everyone. If you enjoy the content, please feel free to share, like, subscribe, and of course, you can always support through Patreon. Thanks, everyone. And let me make sure. Where's my mouse? Okay. All right, guys. Have a good evening.